Καλησπέρα κόσμε. Βρίσκομαι στο ξενοδοχείο Olympic. Αυτή εδώ κάτω είναι η θέα μου. Κοιτάξτε. Όλη η Εγνατία από εδώ μέχρι πέρα. Και σήμερα θα κάνω βιντεοσκόπηση στο 50, το λεωφορείο του ΟΑΣΘ που ξεκινάει στα Αξιατέρατα, γιατί είναι μια εβδομάδα εδώ πέρα και δεν τα έχω δει. Πάω να θετήσω και το εσωτερικό του δωματίου που μένω. Να, κοιτάξτε. Ο καθρέφτης, τα πράγματά μου, λάπτοπ και τα σχετικά, ακουστικά και τέτοια. Το μπάνιο εντάξει δεν έχει κάτι ιδιαίτερο να δούμε εδώ πέρα. Και εδώ πέρα η πόρτα και που βγαίνουμε έξω και η ντουλάπα. Η αλήθεια είναι πως το σκέφτηκα τώρα πριν λίγο για να κάνω vlog μέσα εδώ, γιατί δεν θέλω να μ' ακούνε και δεν ήθελα να είμαι τόσο άνετα. Αλλά εντάξει, είπα θα τολμήσω. Δεν δίνω σημασία, τους έχω γραμμένους όλους. Οπότε σας αφήνω εδώ και μετά θα τα πούμε στη βιντεοσκόπηση του λεωφορείου. Δεν θα κάνω vlog με στο λεωφορείο για πολλούς λόγους, μόνο θα κάνω τη διαδρομή. Οπότε θα το ανεβάσω μόλις επιστρέψω Αθήνα, με το καλό. Ελπίζω να το δείτε και να σας αρέσει. Τα λέμε εδώ πέρα. Λάθος, σας αφήνω εδώ πέρα και θα τα πούμε στη βιντεοσκόπηση μετά στο λεωφορείο. Bye!
But it's not like if you sometimes you see it and never put your finger in a lot of people does it. I could easily.
Ladies and gentlemen, dame e gospoda, welcome to Thessaloniki, welcome to Macedonia, the known country of Alexander the Great. A fantastic trip around the history and the culture of Thessaloniki just started. Enjoy it. Our journey started, but now, at this moment, we can see an emblematic character statue for the city, the statue of Alexander the Great. This is the statue of Alexander the Great on his horse. Questa statua è da Alessandro Magno, è bucefalo, è da pamятник великому Александру. National language. On your right, at the front, another famous artwork, which is ideal point for selfies, is the statue umbrellas. Umbrellas, a modern artwork, and most popular point for tourists. This statue. Thessaloniki is one of the most populous and multicultural port cities of the Mediterranean, North Mediterranean. Can look back on an interrupted history of many centuries, punctuated with turbulent and dramatic events, but continue without a break from its foundation to the present day. We're passing from the new city hall, which is the largest building of the city. This enriches the character of Thessaloniki as a modern city. This is another popular statue, the statue of the hero of Greek Revolution in 1821, Emmanuel Papas. Back to the hero woman, which is the Victory according to ancient Greek mythology. The Victory a crown on his head. Many decade meters northern from City Hall and museums found there. This is a museum of Byzantine culture. Questo museo di Bizantina cultura at the Byzantinsky Museum. We're passing from another museum now. This is the archaeological museum at the Archeological Museum. Questo museo archeologico. Archaeological museum. This tower is a city's landmark. Its unique morphology captures a contemporary architectural style which in conjunction with the mid-floor rotational movement system and its panoramic view make the visible tower a fantastic experience. I suggest you to go up there. You have a coffee up there. On your left, this is a historic palace YMCA. YMCA, Young Men Christian Association. It was built in 1927. This arch is the southern entrance of the International Trade Fair of Thessaloniki. Questa è la fiera internazionale di Salonico. Passing this entrance, you can find a museum mainly 8 meters northern, which is point of the interest number 6. This is the Macedonian Museum of Contemporary Art, which is an architectural jewel of the late 90s and artistic core of the city. This museum initiates the visitor to the world of contemporary art, both local and international.
Square, which was the site of the racecourse built by the Romans. Today, it is the site of the Megarobilis, which houses the city's centre on a history of Thessaloniki. The centre has an extensive archive of historical documents and
milestone dates in the history of Thessaloniki. 316 or 315 years BC, foundation of Thessaloniki by Cassandros, Macedonian king. 146 years before Christ. Thessaloniki becomes the capital of the Roman province of Macedonia. 50 years AD, arrival of St. Paul in the city. End of the 3rd century, beginning of the 4th century. The period which had constructed the Galerian Palace complex. 305 years AD, martyrdom of St. Demetrius. 391 years AD, revolt and slaughter of the people of Thessaloniki in the hippodrome of the city. The hippodrome of the city, the Roman city, stood here in the Roman times. This is the Hippodrome Square. Questo piazza dell'ippodromo. Eta aploset ippodroma. This ancient Christian cathedral, which is point of the interest number 11, is an authentic early Christian basilica with 3 estate parts. The Basilica Hiropitos, built according to the type of an authentic basilica, like the Basilica of San Apollinario in Classis, in Ravenna. On your left, you can see Roman sites. This is the main building unity of the Roman Palace complex of Thessaloniki. Remains of the Royal Hall and the Roman Emperor private bath and the Throne Hall are located there. On your right, you can see the other sides of the Roman campus. This is the famous Rotonda. Its circular shape, unique in Greece, suggests links with the Pantheon in Rome. Southern, another Roman site is found there. This is the Galerius Arch. Archaeological discoveries in the area at the Roman Palace complex and the Hippodrome within the vault in the east part of the city give us a picture of Thessaloniki's splendor and flourishing state during the Roman period. These archaeological discoveries, which were brought to light only 5 decades ago, reveal an imposing building complex, the so-called Galeria Palace complex. This includes that, the Rotonda, the Galerius Arch, Triumphal Arca, and the Arched Hall, the Royal Hall, and the Roman Emperor bath, and the Throne Hall. We continue the history of Thessaloniki. Thessaloniki is one of the most populous and multicultural port cities of the Mediterranean. Can look back on an uninterrupted history of many centuries, punctuated with turbulent dramatic events, but continue without a break from its foundation to the present day. 6th and 7th centuries, incursions of Arabs and Slavs, repelled by defenders of the city. 1904, capture of Thessaloniki by Arabs, and 1204, capture of Thessaloniki by Crusaders. The Byzantine period started started just after the foundation just after the foundation of Constantinople or New Rome or Tsarograd or Nova Roma by Constantine the Great. During this period, Thessaloniki became the second capital of the Byzantine Empire after Constantinople or Istanbul. This is the great Christian cathedral of St. Sophia. At the Hram Sviatoi Sophii, questo cattedrale di Santa Sofia. The St. Sophia was built in the middle of the 7th century. From 7th century until late 16th century, this was the great church of the Byzantine Thessaloniki. In other words, it's a metropolitan cathedral. The St. Sophia of Thessaloniki, as well as the St. Sophia in Constantinople or Istanbul, were built in honor of the Christ, and the both buildings have many characteristics in common. This yellow flag is the symbol of the Byzantine Empire. The eagle with two heads also became symbol of the Russian Empire, because the Moscow characterized as the third throne, the continuum of the Byzantine Empire, the Orthodox Christian Empire. This is the Red Palace. The Red Palace was built in 1926 by Italian architect Luigi Gennari from Venice. Its architecture style is a characteristic example of eclectic building with Art Nouveau and Baroque details. In the future will be used as a consulate for Russia. We're passing from the Garden of the Memories. A dog in the Garden of the Memories. This is a beautiful statue which is in memory of teachers and the priests of the Greek nation. On your left, we're passing from a historic monastery. This is the monastery of St. Theodora, è the monastir Sviatoi Theodori. Questo monastero di Santa Theodora. The monastery of St. Theodora started its history in the 9th century, as we learn reading an inscription above its central entrance. Monks from Russia, from Serbia, from Greece live in this monastery. From Russia, the Father Seraphim, Otec Seraphim. This is the Aristotle Square, the most beautiful square in Greece. More beautiful than Syntagmatos Square in Athens. But have Athenians here? No. This is the Aristotle Square. Questo è piazza d'Aristotele, la cuore di Salonico. The Blessed Aristotela. Alexanderplatz. No, Aristotelplatz. And the Platz founded in Berlin.
This is
the Aristotle Square. This is to connect the square, the gathering the city's administrative buildings with the Aristotle Square down at the waterfront. Questo mercato del pesce è the Ridley Bazaar, fish market, which is part of the Kapani market complex. On the left you can see another market site, food market. This is the Modiano market. It was built in 1922 by Jewish engineer Eli Modiano. It is a similar rectangular structure. The complex on your left, a Turkish hammam is found there. This is Bazar Hammam, Bagno Turco, Bazar Hammam or Yahudi Hammam. Point of the interest, number 18 on your mouse. In the Turkish records, these baths were known under a variety of names. The baths of the Great Market, Bazar Hammam, and the women's baths, Kanbullar Hammam, and the Jewish baths, Yahudi Hammam.
Old Caravanserai in Greek.
Within the commercial center of the city, between many streets, there is a market complex which has presented indispensable focal points in the commercial life of the city for many centuries. I suggest you to go many 100 meters western on the Flamboyant Street and Valauriti Street. There you can find the most famous houses. Give us a picture of medieval Thessaloniki. On your right you can see a Byzantine church. Questa è la chiesa d'Arcangeli, Michele e Gabriele. the Hram Zadam Mikhail Gavrila, the Church of Archangels built in 14th century.
Considerably altered internally as it changed owners. The upper city of Thessaloniki.
On the screen you can see a Muslim mausoleum, which is point of interest number 30 on your map.
Generation, from Ottoman times to the present. One of these tales involves a dervish called Baba Musa, a monk.
On the left, a historic fountain situated there, west of Fontana Rossa. It was constructed in 1910 by a Turkish lady, Namika Hanum. According to her last wish, if someone drink water from there, he or she will marry a local man or local lady from this area.
From street.
It is a wish of Namika Hanum. I have a surprise for you. Are you ready to take pictures? Now you can do it. Enjoy the city, ladies and gentlemen. The panoramic view
Of the Taxiarch or Archangel, which is on the right-hand side of the road. At the bus stop at the top of the hill, at the junction of 3 roads, there is a signpost for the Church of St. David. This is a historically important church which was built around the end of the 5th century or beginning of the 6th century. The other name for the church is Latamul Monastery, which dates from the early years of the 9th century, when the church was used as a monastery. The church contains the only early Christian mosaics of Christ as a young and beardless man sitting on a colourful bright bow, representing the vision of Ezekiel.
On the right you can see the city and its Byzantine walls. This is the Cathedral of St. Paul, questo cattedrale di San Paolo, at the Hram Zatovo.
Area steeped in history and cobbled streets meander past picturesque. A mixture of Balkan architecture and neoclassical designs and flashing fountains. This is a veritable oasis with a
picture of the upper city with traditional architectural style houses and narrow streets. I suggest you to explore this area, especially in the time of the sunset.
We are in the 10 now, almost there. I think we should be around on the 11th.
The castle, which is point of interest number 28, you can see the sunset.
Here you will find many traditional homes as well as
number 11.
On your left, also you can see another picture of the Tremendous.
Level 12 and then he will do. Oh yeah. So
The north walls on your left.
now 11 or 12? 11. Now we are
The walls on your left separated the main city from the Acropolis. Thessaloniki was built just after its foundation by King Cassandros in around 316-315 years BC. However, the most serious fortification undertaking started in Thessaloniki during the reign of Theodosius the Great, 379-395 years AD. For this reason, the walls are named Theodosian walls, Theodosiano Mura. Theodosi
rectangular towers. During the Ottoman reign, it was used as the Turkish commander's headquarters. From the late 18th century,
on the screen, this is the castle of Thessaloniki, Eta Semivasinik Zamak. This is the Eftapilion castle, Questo Castello Eftapilion. This castle is point of interest number 38. On your right, a tower is found there. This is the Trigonion Tower. Questo Torre di Trigonio. Basnia Trigonio. From this tower, you can see the panoramic view of Thessaloniki and the sunset view. This is the Trigonion Tower on your right.
leaving behind the Acropolis of Thessaloniki and travelling through its second gate, Otara, we're...
This is bus stop number 11, Blue Point 11. Not far from here, northern from this bus stop, a castle is found at the top of the hill. 38 on your mouse. This cast is an adaptation of an earlier Byzantine form. I suggest you to explore this part of the city, the Acropolis, and later continue your trip with new tickets. Thank you very much.
The Fortiated City, amongst the newer buildings.
Bye bye. Thank you, we do.
And the Patriarchal Foundation for Religious Studies for the Priesthood, which was founded in 1968. The foundation also conserves manuscripts of rare icons from the Holy Mountain. The monastery also has a large collection of particularly valuable icons dating from the 12th to the 19th centuries in its sacristy. As we descend to the center.
Hello again. Ξανά άνοιξα την κάμερα γιατί θέλω να πω κάποια πράγματα. Σταμάτησα το βίντεο απότομα γιατί μου την είπε αυτό στο 50, ο ξεναγός. Τέλος πάντων δεν θα κάτσω να ασχοληθώ πάρα πολύ μαζί του γιατί ο τύπος δεν πάει καλά. Εγώ θα συνεχίσω να κάνω αυτό που αγαπάω, δεν το έχω μετανιώσει καθόλου. Και αυτό βασικά. Ο καθένας να κοιτάει τη ζωή του και τον εαυτό του. Εγώ θα κάνω αυτό που θέλω και με τα συγχωρήσεως. Μάλλον όχι, δεν θα το πω, δεν αξίζει να λέω στο στόμα μου. Απλά με ζηλεύετε όλοι, αυτό έχω να πω. Και ας θεωρηθώ όπως θεωρηθώ. Όλοι με ζηλεύετε. Πάνω απ' όλα, γιατί δεν ξέρετε τι πάει να πει πως είναι κάποιος να κάνει μια προσπάθεια. Δεν το ενισχύετε, απλά κάθεστε και τον κράζετε. Το πώς να βοηθήσει δηλαδή κάποιον να κάνει μια προσπάθεια, τίποτα. Εγώ πάντως θα το βάλω το βίντεο, απλά ήθελα να ζητήσω συγγνώμη που το έκοψα έτσι απότομα. Γιατί πήγε να με επηρεάσει αυτός, αλλά δεν θα του κάνω καθόλου τη χάρη. Εγώ ήρθα εδώ στη Θεσσαλονίκη να περάσω όμορφα, περνάω όμορφα και δεν θα αφήσω κανέναν να μου το χαλάσει αυτό, πραγματικά. Αυτά ήθελα να πω και μάλλον θα τα πούμε σε ένα επόμενο βίντεο στην Αθήνα. Φιλάκια σε όλους. Σας αφήνω τη θέα εδώ πέρα.